How is that a show that barely feels like a superhero series and outpinned one of the best things Marvel has put up in years? Well, that's exactly that Wonder Man pulled off. And the irony is its worth, because Marvel finally stopped acting like Marvel. Today I want to deep into Wonder Man. It's a strange, uncomfortable, and deeply introspective show, which is exactly why it's one of the most compelling themes Marvel has dropped in a long time. It's built on controversial, weird creative swings and themes that Marvel usually wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. This was also the final project tied to Victoria Alonso. What's interesting is that if this really was her swan song at Marvel. It's a show that actually works because it gives the character and creator room to breathe instead of forcing the usual formula. So let's try to it. Is Wonder Man actually worth watching? The honest answer is that why almost everyone's agree it's a high quality show, it's definitely not for everyone. And I don't mean that as a compliment across the board. It's slow, quiet, and really focused on the character, had their frustration and their inner struggle. If you're looking for non-stop fights or CGI every 5 minutes, this isn't it. If Wonder Man were a movie, it would feel a lot like Chronicle, a small tense story about how power messes with people's heads. It even had a bit of a Tarantino vibe. Not because of the violence, but because of the way characters just hang out in everyday situations that slowly build up tension. This is where a lot of people are going to tune out. If you're looking for a classic Marvel with action scenes, flashy visual, and way too much CGI like we saw in She-Hulk, this show probably isn't for you. Wonder Man is a superhero series, but at the same time, it really isn't. That contradiction is the whole point. The story follows Simon Williams and Trevor Slattery as they try to make it in Hollywood. But more than a story about fame, the show becomes a reflection on acting itself, how performers embody characters, the frustration of the industry, and how a single mistake can destroy an entire career. In that sense, it's surprisingly deep. Now, getting into a spoiler, Wonder Man also does something very interesting within the Marvel Universe. It introduced the idea of mutants in a much more organic way. They're not called mutants yet, just people with powers. And damage control plays a key role in hunting this character, not just because of their past, of the potential danger they represent. And this is where the show gets uncomfortable in the best way possible. Wonder Man actually admits that people with power can be a real threat. Simon Williams isn't just a misunderstood victim of the system, he's a taking time bomb, fully aware of what it is and what he's capable of. Episode 4, which many people consider one of the best in the series, is almost entirely dedicated to showing the consequences of uncontrolled power. And actually, was sexy to spend a full episode on that, in my opinion. The message is clear. Fear of power individuals doesn't come up of nowhere. Simon has known since childhood that his power can out of the control. He knows he's dangerous, and yet he still chooses to chase his dream without seriously working on self-control, therapy, or accountability. That makes him a deeply selfish character, and the show doesn't shy away from portraying him that way. That's where Trevor Slattery comes in. Because of this past and his experience, he becomes a mentor figure. Wonder Man made one thing very clear. Marvel doesn't need a massive reboot after Secret Wars to introduce mutants. They are already here, hiding and playing sight. All that missing is the level. And when that level finally comes, cases like Simon Williams will be used as justification for fear, regulation, and rejection. In the end, Wonder Man is a layered show. It's not packed with action, it doesn't try to please everyone, and it refused to look like traditional Marvel. It takes risks, it's uncomfortable, and it demands passion. For me personally, it's a 10 out of 10. But from broader perspective, if you are not Marvel fan or you are watching casually, it could easily be 6 out of 10. So now I want to hear from you. Do you want more deep character driving show like Wonder Man, or do you prefer classic action heavy Marvel? Is Simon Williams a big thing or a threat? I'm Wetix. See you in the next one. Bye bye.